Moments of the luckiest people who narrowly escape death. Are you ready? Don't take your eyes off this video. These luckiest people found their 4-leaf clovers. This woman may have found her 4-leaf clover and it helped her escape from death. The girl was walking on the sidewalk and suddenly a car lost control and rushed towards her. How lucky she is. Suddenly a car lost control and dashed straight to his van. Luckily this man heard the noise of the aggressive car then stepped back, so he successfully avoided death. This scene really made my blood run cold. A man was riding his motorbike on the highway, but the motorbike suddenly lost control and crashed while the car was running in front of him. I thought the man was nearly dead, but he jumped into the roof. A very rainy day. This man was repairing his roof, but because of his slipperiness, the man nearly fell down from the roof. Luckily he caught the chimney and this small chimney saved his life. I dare to say this man would never want to fix his roof again. A really snowy day. This woman didn't want to wait in the traffic jam, so she got out of the car, and I thought this would be one of the wisest decisions. No sooner than the woman left her car, a container behind crashed the car. That woman seemed really freaked out. This person didn't see the truck turning left, so an accident was made. When the biker was laying on the road, a giant truck from the opposite road suddenly turned left and nearly crushed the man under its wheels. Luckily his electric bike was destroyed, but the man was unhurt. What a lucky man. A man was walking on the walkside and suddenly a car crash happened. One of them lost control and nearly smashed the man, but luckily the man quickly slapped from the back and escaped the death successfully. How speedy this man is. A man going in the opposite direction bumped into another man. My heart missed a bit when seeing this moment. The cross-country car was on the slopes. Fortunately, the people in the car were able to get out in time. Many occupants of the car had just escaped. The car also rode into the lake. What a howl. This woman crossed the street but did not notice her car was also about to turn, so she was hit but was lucky to be alive. The girl was with the tram on the road and didn't notice a car going in the opposite direction. And whatever happened had to happen. The girl with the tram fell on the street. Surprisingly, after this terrible collision, the girl still survived. Caught out from under the car and was extremely howling. Two men with incredible speed rushed to the main road and almost collided with a giant truck. The truck crushed the motorbike under the big wheels. The person in red shirt sitting in the back was almost hurt. Fortunately, both motorcycles survived. Journalism is a dangerous job. The female reporter was at the scene when suddenly a huge truck drove up. Fortunately, the female reporter had time to step back and narrowly escape death. A person riding a sled was going downhill when suddenly a car sped up and almost hit the sled driver. What a shocking situation. The father and son had all just stepped out of the escalator when the escalator suddenly broke. Steps busting off the shaft and twisting each other. The father and son still didn't know what they almost died. I can't imagine the consequences would have been if the father and son delayed for a few seconds. A container carrying heavy goods was almost overturned from the road, but miraculously, the container still didn't collapse on the cars in the next lane. It's luck on the side of these drivers, because it seems like they have good driving technique. I assume both. A man was returning to his car when a red car lost his brakes and almost sent this man to heaven. Fortunately, the man reacted in time. He quickly dodged and escaped from death. Looking at the car climbing on the cliff, my heart stopped beating. Fortunately, the rescue team showed up and immediately began to rescue the crashed car. It was a hot summer day, and the man decided to go inside. Fortunately, this was one of the wisest decisions of his life. If he had sat for another 10 minutes, I'm not sure he would have survived the collision with that out-of-control car. A man was trying to lead a broken-down motorbike. When the car lost control and dragged the man across the road, the man narrowly escaped death. The motor has not stopped yet. It continues to drag the man across the lane. Shocked to see how this man escaped the jaws of death. An out-of-control car crashed into a row of cars, and the man in the middle of the road was lucky to escape, looking at the wrecked cars. After this incident, I couldn't help but shudder. This boy was playing when he suddenly saw a dropped item, so he ran to pick it up. No wonder his action saved his life. I can't imagine what would have happened if this boy didn't show up in time. Someone was waiting to cross the road when two cars roared. Both cars were almost crushed. It seems that this is a terrible collision, luckily for the man who dodged it. The man walking on the tractor slowly walked into the street. Suddenly a high-speed car crashed into them and torn the plow to pieces. Fortunately, the man driving the plow was still unharmed. The man had just stepped out of the car when suddenly a pickup truck sped up and crashed into his car. The man was startled. I bet he'll never forget this experience all his life. So guys, this video showed you some of the luckiest moments of people during an accident. Leave your thoughts on the comment section and don't forget to like, share, and click the notification bell to see more of this.